Do you need an LLC for your NFTs? NFTs are the latest craze in the tech world, and many people are making a lot of money off of creating them, buying them, and even selling them. In fact, some NFTs are even sold for tens of millions of dollars. And if you're making money with NFTs, then you might be wondering whether or not you need an LLC for your NFTs. What's up, guys? Welcome back to Taxes Made Simple. I'm your host, Karlton Dennis, and in today's video, we are going to be talking all about NFTs and LLCs. Do you know if you need to have an LLC for your NFTs? Well, if so, keep watching this video to find out. Let's get started. First thing we have to talk about is what are NFTs. Before we talk about LLCs, let's quickly discuss what are NFTs, because NFTs are basically relatively new and some people don't fully understand them. NFT stands for Non-Fungible Token. The phrase non-fungible means non-interchangeable. So anything that is non-fungible is unique and cannot be easily exchanged for a like-kind item. So for example, a painting of Leonardo da Vinci is non-fungible because no two of his paintings are the same, and therefore they cannot be easily exchanged for one another or for any other paintings. When something is fungible, on the other hand, it means that it is interchangeable. Currencies are a good example of something that is fungible. For example, every US dollar is interchangeable with every other US dollar. Therefore, the US dollar is fungible. So non-fungible tokens, or NFTs, are tokens that contain data that makes them unique and different from every other digital token available on the market. Another important thing to understand about NFTs is that they represent ownership of real-world assets such as paintings, such as digital artwork, videos, songs, watches, in-game items, sports highlights, and even designer sneakers. You can think of an NFT as a fully verifiable digital certificate of ownership of a particular asset. Owning an NFT is very similar to owning a deed to a house, except instead of a physical deed, you own a digital deed. And instead of the deed representing ownership of a house, except instead of a physical deed, you own a digital deed. And instead of the deed representing a house, the NFT represents ownership of a different asset, such as a piece of digital artwork or even a tweet by Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, famously created and sold an NFT representing ownership of the first ever tweet made on the Twitter platform for $2.9 million. So, how do people make money with NFTs? There are several different ways to make money with NFTs. The first is to actually create NFTs yourself and then sell your NFTs to people either on NFT exchanges or directly peer-to-peer. Now, in order to create an NFT, you'll have to have a very good understanding of blockchain technology in addition to having programming skills. If you don't possess these skills, you could always hypothetically outsource the work of creating an NFT to someone else. Besides creating your own NFTs or hiring someone to create them for you, you can also make money by purchasing NFTs on NFT marketplaces and then selling them back on the marketplace at a later date for a profit. Oftentimes, NFT prices rise over time, so it's possible to make a capital gain on them. And many savvy NFT investors use this strategy effectively to generate profits consistently with NFTs. Some of the most popular NFT marketplaces that people use to buy and sell and exchange NFTs is OpenSea.io. That would be the number one. Then goes Rareable, and then NiftyGateway.com, and then SuperRare.com. So those would be the most popular marketplaces where people are buying and selling NFTs. So now that we understand a little bit more about NFTs, the next question is do you need an LLC for your NFTs? Now that we've gone over what NFTs are and how people are making money off them, let's move on to the actual LLC issue. The very first thing that you need to know about LLCs and NFTs is that you do not have to hold your NFTs inside of an LLC. In fact, you can easily use your own name to store your NFTs. So no, you do not technically need an LLC for your NFTs. However, with that being said, that does not mean that it's not a good idea to create an LLC for your NFTs. In fact, a lot of people are currently doing this in order to take advantage of a number of tax benefits. So, what are the tax benefits of creating an LLC for your NFTs, you might be asking yourself? Well, for starters, if you have an LLC for your NFT business, then you can conduct business costs associated with the process of making money with your NFTs. So right off the bat, you would be able to deduct the cost of purchasing NFTs. This is a pretty significant benefit, especially considering the fact that NFTs regularly sell for serious money. Now, another benefit of having an LLC for your NFT business is that you can deduct expenses that are associated with learning about NFTs or the process of creating or investing in NFTs. So if you take a $1,000 NFT course, for example, and if you have an LLC for your NFT business, you would be able to write this expense off as a business expense. So this is a way in which you can turn yourself into a business owner. Likewise, You can also get business deductions for things like office space, NFT software, computers, business travel, NFT conferences, business meals. Limiting yourself is not a good idea because you want to be able to really expand as a business owner. So I would encourage you to take all the deductions that are at your liberty through your LLC. All right, next, let's talk about limiting your liability. Besides being able to easily write off business expenses when you have an LLC for your NFT business, having an LLC will also protect you from a wide variety of liabilities that are associated with NFTs. For example, let's say that a company sues you for trademark infringement for selling an NFT that's accidentally had an image identical to another company's logo in it. If you had an LLC for your NFT business, then your liabilities would be limited to the assets owned inside of your LLC, not your personal assets. They would be protected. This could turn out to be extremely important if the lawsuit involves large sums of money. The last thing that you would want is for your personal bank account, your car, your house to be seized in order to pay damages from a lawsuit brought on against you by an NFT business. Because the NFT market has been steadily growing in value over the last few years, it is safe to say that amount of lawsuits in the industry will continue to rise. So it is far better to be prepared to deal with potential lawsuits against your NFT business by having the proper entity in place, such as an LLC, so you're not surprised or exposed significantly to financial risk. Now, let's avoid some double taxation here. You can benefit from avoiding double taxation with your LLC. Double taxation is an event in which you are taxed twice. Once on the tax returns for your business and once on your personal tax returns. This type of taxation is required for other business entities such as certain types of corporations, but LLCs are pass-through entities, which means that the taxes pass through the corporation directly onto the owner's tax returns. So in other words, this means that the owner of an LLC, you will only have to pay taxes one time, not twice. This is another reason why you should consider forming an LLC for your NFT business as opposed to another business structure that could potentially be double taxed. Now, the next thing I want to discuss is transfer of ownership. Another key benefit of creating an LLC for your NFTs is that it makes it very easy to transfer ownership of the NFTs between LLC members. So for example, if one of the LLC members in your LLC wants to withdraw from the company, you won't have to go back to the blockchain to transfer ownership of the NFTs. You can just transfer ownership within the LLC. Okay, guys, I know that was a lot of crypto and tax jargon to throw at you, so I'm going to give you a quick summary of this video so you can walk away with the key points, okay? It is not necessary to create an LLC for your NFT business. I wanted to make sure I reiterated that. However, it can be very beneficial for you to do so. And if you create an LLC for your NFTs, then you can write off business expenses such as the cost of purchasing, the cost of business travel, seminars, courses, etc. If you do create an LLC for your NFT business, you can also limit your liability and protect your personal assets from seizure in the event that your NFT business has claims against it that are legally enforced, okay? Transferring ownership of NFTs is far easier with an LLC structure because you can use the LLC to transfer ownership of the NFTs inside the LLC instead of going onto the blockchain to transfer ownership. So the bottom line is that when it comes to NFTs, even though it can be a little bit tedious to set up an LLC, it can be a very wise decision to have one in place. There are a lot of important benefits that you really don't want to miss out on if you plan to make a business out of selling NFTs. So that's all for this video, guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and share your comments if you have any comments on this video. If you're somebody that's looking to take the next step with your taxes, I encourage you to visit the link below to schedule a consultation with my team. And if you're somebody that really wants to take it a step further with your taxes, feel free to download the tax-free living bundle below. This is my way in which I can share with you some additional strategies that'll help benefit you on your journey. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.